We're going to begin with this because we like saying only on CBS This Morning. I'll say it twice, only on CBS This Morning. Former First Lady Michelle Obama. She's revealing what's next in her fight to give all families, did you hear that part? All families access to healthy food. She's got the help of two quirky and adorable puppets. Their names are Waffles and Mochi. They star in her Netflix show, which teaches kids about healthy food. Mrs. Obama is the executive producer and appears in every episode. Their latest campaign, Pass the Love with Waffles and Mochi, will provide healthy food to families nationwide who may not have the resources or access to supplies. Today, Mrs. Obama and the Partnership for a Healthier America are announcing their first target cities for that initiative, Cleveland and Atlanta. We met up with the former First Lady in Washington recently to talk about why she's so excited about the project and what drew her to Waffles and Mochi in the first place.
If you want to be great chefs, you have to learn about all kinds of different foods.
And that's just one of the messages behind Michelle Obama's Netflix show, Waffles and Mochi.
Hello, Waffles and Mochi. Are you ready for an amazing adventure?
The show teaches kids the value of healthy eating and features key themes of diversity and inclusion as Waffles and Mochi travel the globe and learn about new culinary traditions.
Wow, it's like a rainbow in my mouth.
Yes, it's mochi.
Along the way, Waffles and Mochi are guided by their mentor, a supermarket manager, played by, you guessed it, Michelle Obama.
These are tomatoes. And I just picked them fresh from the garden. After I read the concept, I thought, this is gonna be so good. So I wanted to be a part of it, but it's
you
funny.
didn't have to be.
I didn't have to be, but you know, I asked the question. It's like, look, I don't wanna be Mrs. O if there's a better Mrs. O out there.
Who's a better Mrs. O? Let's think about that for a second.
But I had to tell him, Gayle, I am not an actor.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, don't give me a bunch of lines. So it was fun because I could be impromptu. And working with Waffles and Mochi, I love the fact that we're also trying to find a purpose in it because that's still something that's important to me.
We've got to have courage, Mochi, or we'll never really learn how to cook. Whoa!
It sends a message beyond food and fun. You know, there's always a theme about love and acceptance and openness. It's just a gentle reminder to young kids.
Yeah.
We want to teach them this rare gift of empathy.
And now that mission continues with the former First Lady's Pass the Love initiative. Waffles and Mochi have teamed up with the Partnership for a Healthier America to provide meal kits to families in need, inspired by recipes from the show. And today, Mrs. Obama is announcing the first target cities.
You know, we looked at cities where there was need, and many of our urban areas have been struggling under COVID. So we could have gone to any city, but Atlanta and Cleveland were sort of primed for this partnership. And we want to bring attention to the fact that in 2021, is that what year it is?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's 2021, yeah.
That people are still hungry in one of the richest nations on earth.
And what will
we're
you
going to
do with
provide
them?
we're going to provide 1 million meals to families in need all across the country. So they're going to get little food packages that are Waffles and Mochi specials where they'll have the ingredients and the recipes, easy, affordable. They get it free, but they also find out that they can go back to the stores and do this again. And all these meal kits are going to be healthy so that all families can follow along with the recipes.
My children are now 34 and 35.
Yeah.
And I wish, you know, cooking is not my forte. I look at how they were raised on SpaghettiOs, fish sticks, tater tots.
Yeah.
And if I had a regret about parenting, that would be it.
But we were growing up, we were raising our kids in a different time. You
Yeah.
know, when we didn't know.
Yes, free me, Mrs. Obama.
Yeah,
free
but
me, yes.
when we didn't know that all the quick, fast options were not that healthy.
Yeah, it's true.
We didn't know that.
It is
and
true.
So that's why the education piece is important, because we can't beat ourselves up for stuff we didn't know. And now more and more families understand this, and that they also can see that they can cook an affordable meal quickly, save money and time.
In the years since her family left the White House, Mrs. Obama could have taken some well-earned time off, but she told us she does not take for granted the reach of her voice and the unique platform of a former First Lady.
I'm 57, Barack will be 60 this year. We still have a lot of life left. And so to sit by, when you see all the need and all the stuff that needs to be done, we still feel like we have a responsibility to be engaged in this planet.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still not working at the pace I was working. I still have more freedom to do the things that I want. I'm knitting now. I'm doing.
I was surprised you're knitting.
I know.
That sounds, no disrespect, but it sounds very old lady. I was surprised.
But it's sort of me because I like creating something out of nothing. It's not old lady.
Yeah.
I don't want you to come from my knitting community, Gayle.
I know, that's why I want to be that's why I said no disrespect.
Right, don't get me started, because I don't want to bore people with my little knitting. I made Barack a sweater, a crew neck sweater. That
Has he
loves.
worn it?
He will. It was finished when it got a little warmer, so it's ready for him. I made halter tops for Malia and Sasha that they love.
There's something special about
Yes,
that. Yeah,
it
to
is
know that Mom
good.
made this for me.
It's good. So the point being is that there's time to do it all. There's still plenty of time to continue to work on issues that matter without sort of being in the middle of it. And let me tell you, it helps to have our president, Joe Biden, in office, because, when you have a responsible, mature president in office, it makes it even easier for us to move on to the next phases of the work that we do, because we're not sitting and worrying every day about what's going to happen next. But there's still plenty of time to do some good.
Plenty of time to do some good. She's right about that. I can't say enough about that Waffles and Mochi show, because in preparation, I said, I'm going to watch one episode just to get a sense of it. So I'll start with tomatoes. Then before I know it, I go, well, let me see what's going on with the eggs and the pickles and the salt.
It's really good. We watched the
Did you
salt
watch
one.
it
I
too?
was making some minestrone soup, and
I
Teddy
know.
and Mom were watching it upstairs. And then they came down, and Dad oversalted the soup, I'll be honest. And Teddy can't really express that yet, but I swear he watched the episode, he took the bite of the soup, he looked at me like, Dad, you blew it.
I'm telling you, it's very educational. It really is. For instance, okay, what's a tomato? Is it a fruit or a vegetable? Quick, Anthony.
It's a vegetable.
It's a fruit. It's got
It's a fruit,
seeds.
yeah.
It's a fruit because it's got, very good.
I knew it was
got
a trick
seeds
question.
inside, but it's used as a vegetable. I
Mostly it's just a tomato. That's
but it's got all sorts of little interesting things like that I think are very helpful, and they travel all around the world. It was just so well.
I love that the First Lady is knitting. I think that's really cool. I think that's a very therapeutic thing to do.
No,
That's
it's
what she
really
said,
good for the
too.
mind, for the
Yeah,
hands.
yeah.
And Gayle, you can learn to cook now. You can learn to knit.
Yeah.
You've got so much in your future.
As she said, though, guys, don't come from my knitting community.
No, no.
Oh, they'll come.
They're a very big group.
No, they got
Do a lot of
needles
good
too,
stuff.
so be careful.
They got needles. And tomorrow night, that's right, you can watch former First Lady Michelle Obama. Where's she going to be? She's going to be on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. I'm really curious to see what the two of them do. That'll be right here on CBS.